let's go live. Let me know. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the part three of the Engines of Time. I do apologize for the delay on getting everything set up, but we are in for a wild time tonight. When last we left our intrepid heroes of dubious moral quality in a time-frozen landscape, they had noted Scammering had gone on a bit of a shopping spree. There were socks put into people's mouths, and some crazy time shenanigans going on while the time inside the city has started to slow to a very creeping, slow crawl. It looks as though the time outside the city seems to be accelerating until finally tolling bells started to ring throughout the city and all around them, surrounding them. The horizon turned to starry, dark night, and in the midst of all this, the whirring of large, vast, titanic clockwork mechanisms seemed to be echoing underneath the subtle tolling, not so subtle actually, tolling of the bells. As this happens, our group, having been recently acquiring various goodies from a particular shopping spree that was probably might be necessary. I don't know. You guys can let me know. Who was it that was wearing the bracelet earlier? Someone was wearing the bracelet before. Forget.
Was it Isolde? Or was it Tahir?
Somebody took it from Old Boy, right? I forget who.
Was it me?
I feel like it was Isolde or Tahir.
I don't think I have it. I would have written it down.
I feel like I don't, but my memory is also not the best.
It wasn't Scam because she had a shopping list.
She did have a shopping list, and I believe it seems as though all our memories have collectively failed today. So
no, the bracelet causes memory loss.
Oh no! So in that particular case, I will have to say that Isolde, I believe it was you that had the chain,
okay.
And I would like you to roll an Arcana check for me as all this is happening. This is specifically for a particular event, although if you wanted to roll an Arcana, or if anyone wishes to roll an Arcana, they may make such a roll if they want to do that on the surroundings and the time shenanigans. But Isolde, since you are the one with the bracelet, I will have you make a separate roll for that as well.
Right, so 15. Yeah.
As a 15. So what you're noticing is that it seems as though originally these chains were kind of pointing to that like mechanism that you guys were carrying around that suddenly started to grow in its strange clockwork outward expansion before all this stuff started going down. But what you're noticing is that the chain itself seems to be pointing in a different direction now, although it's the tip of it is moving slightly. And as you are able to, since you're the one who has it on right now, as you're focusing on like the magic that's kind of coursing through this bracelet, you're finding images of a person, and you're finding images of some butterflies also surrounding what seems to be an image of a gnome wearing robes and a coat over it. And you're getting the sense that this bracelet seems to be leading you to someone in particular. However, I would also like everyone to roll a perception check for me.
Okay, let's see what we got.
14.
Sorry, guys, it kicked me out. 1 sec.
Sure.
Get my requisite glitch out of the way for the evening.
Absolutely.
And perception?
Yes, perception, please.
That's nat 20.
Ooh.
I can also get that one out of the way for the evening.
All right. No, very, very good. Very good. You notice, so if you rolled higher than a 10, you are able to hear, well, everyone hears the sudden wailing of what seems to be the screams of people suffering, as if it was, but carried on the wind like ghosts or wraiths or something like that. You rolled higher than a 10, so that would include Dorian and Scammon. You guys also hear too, like the slamming of metal upon metal, as if something was being constructed. And then as you hear the clang, 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 it just sort of seems to be sounding like thudding metallic footsteps marching around the vicinity. But with a nat 20 on the perception rolls, Scammon, you also hear what seems to be like as you're kind of hearing all this stuff, you're able to kind of parse out, what's causing all this noise, and what you're hearing is not just footsteps and like the seeming building of machinery, but also you're able to kind of make out sounds of like fights kind of breaking out, despite this being a time frozen landscape. And yet, because you rolled so well, you're also noticing, as you look up, you're noticing that the night sky that seems to be enveloping everything around the horizon, almost past that, as though like the night sky itself was like a really dark mist with glowing pinpoints of the stars. You start to see these giant, huge, like phenomenally colossal hints of just what seems to be giant machinery just working in the background like clockwork.
Usually this never happens unless I am high, so that's a surprise.
Oh, it's a great trip. You're having a great time, perhaps.
Yeah, this feels
maybe too
great.
good of a time. It just feels so real.
Gosh, that crime spree was so amazing. I just transcended this plane.
It happens to the best of us.
Does anybody else see like gears turning behind the sky? Because I think there are gears turning behind the sky, and I haven't even like taken anything today. So,
well, I mean, you did take the rings and the.
I haven't consumed anything today.
We should get you some food.
I think there are wheels turning behind the sky. Machinery.
Anything at all. Well, except for the whales, but I don't hear whatever you're hearing.
It's out there. Mm-hmm. Also, fights are out there.
Yeah, a lot of fights are breaking out. Lots of fights, and you probably like what seems to be like. If you listen carefully enough.
This sounds like pretty terrible. It kind of sounds like a massacre.
Mm-hmm.
We should do something about that, I think.
Yeah.
Just
so at the end of the last game, like the guy like regained consciousness and said that it was time and that we should get going. So he's awake right now?
He is awake right now, and he just seems pretty happy about things. Like, kind of like how you were feeling like pretty happy about being on a trip.
His happiness is bringing down my happiness.
Yeah, no, he's feeling pretty good.
I may have to stab him.
All right, roll your attack roll.
No, I said I may have to stab him.
Okay.
It's on the table.
You may have to. You may have to.
Hey, so, what's going on?
And he's just like, our leader is about to create glorious things. This is wonderful. Truly
okay, cool.
wonderful.
Take us to your leader.
Oh, with pleasure. Follow me.
Hoist him up.
Yeah. And he starts kind of he points his arm down and then realizes that that he doesn't have that bracelet anymore. And he's just like, I will need this.
I mean, we still have it, so like we can still use it. Can you just like tell us about it, and then you can come with us?
Okay, all right. Well, basically, what my leader has told us was that certain ingredients were meant to be in play when the gateway to the engines of time were to open up and usher in a new era. He needs the chosen starborn. He needs the eyes of a great diviner. But more than that, he needs people, the essence of people, in order to redirect fate. And, well, us chosen starborn are here. It will only be a matter of time before the butterfly diviner will be captured and help us in our ways, and then after that, life.
First of all, don't think I didn't see what you did there. It's a matter of time. It's a little time wordplay. I totally see that. I think that's really super funny. Like, what's the butterfly diviner? Like, is that from the dreams that we've been having? Like, you just need to catch a butterfly?
Well, I'm told that it is an individual, and this engine requires someone who is able to see the future. The prophecies, as they currently are, say that there's a quote, that there's a saying that the flap of a butterfly creates a storm on the other side of the world, and we want someone with that power, and she is in the city, like we all are. The flow of destiny and fate all coalesced in Kurama just for this moment.
Okay, well, I only thought first semester philosophy majors used that argument, but okay.
Isolde would cut in at that point and say, I saw butterflies from vision, from this moon's bracelet.
Then your vision was clearer than mine, and, well, if you follow, our leader's looking for her, and, well, he will find her, and she will help us, whether she wishes to or not. And
is the bracelet pointing to her?
Yeah, with your Arcana roll, like the image in your head, see, like as you're hearing this information, you actually see this individual that this person is describing. It is
the gnome,
it is a gnome. Yes,
yeah.
She is a gnome, and most striking is that she seems to be she seems to be wearing a pretty heavy long coat. It seems as though, but underneath that coat seems to be some what seems to be like wizardly robes or whatnot. She also has a bracelet around similar to what you have, and it seems to be kind of dowsing a little bit. But more strikingly about her, she has very bright, almost obnoxiously flashy pink hair swept to the side. It looks almost unnatural, and you can kind of see that she is, kind of slinking around through the streets or whatnot, trying to as you're kind of focusing on it, she seems to be, trying to avoid the movements of the people dressed in white, and she seems oddly calm in your mind's eye as you're kind of using the bracelet to find her, but it shouldn't be a calm situation given what's happening at the moment. And meanwhile, everyone in the party, you guys hear more footsteps and more screams getting closer and closer.
Isolde will pass that description on to the rest of the party. I think we need to find this one.
Then let's get going.
Should we knock this guy out or something?
I mean, yeah, why not?
Yeah. Okay,
Like, are
let's
you
do
guys
it.
gonna like? Are you just like smack him in the face or something? Or
Yes.
Actually,
all right.
yeah.
yeah, yeah. All right. So who's gonna knock-
Non-lethally.
non-lethal? Just like smack him until he's like knocked out or something. Or
If you like can get behind someone and just like put a hand over their nose and mouth. Like, shh, no more bad dreams. No more bad dreams.
This is getting dark.
Look, he's an evil cultist and we might need him later. So let's just like shove him in a barrel, like halfling style, and we can go do this.
Look, I'll just
Alright.
punch him.
okay. Roll.
Fine
your
if you don't want
attack.
nightmares.
I mean,
It feels like a mercy.
Well, you're the cleric, so you would know. Yeah, a cleric.
I mean, if you would like to punch him in the face, I will happily let you punch this evil cultist, who's obviously very sane in the brain to do so. So roll an unarmed attack roll.
Okay, where would I do that on this thing?
I believe it would just be 1d20 plus your strength modifier.
Aw, sweetie.
You know what? No, it's not bad. Okay. Okay. Well, they're the reason that I can't make it to Goblin Homecoming, so that's an 11.
That's an
Go
11. Well,
Connor.
the guy is like tied up and not really expecting it, so you just sock him in the eye, just oh, and he's like, "Ow! Why did you do that? Oh, it's my eye!"
Just like pretend you're asleep and he'll stop.
Oh,
All right, get a rear.
oh.
This is
I'm
for
just
Goblin
telling you.
Homecoming, man.
Go to sleep.
Oh God, I need to lie down. And then he just kind of like keels over slowly. He's just
Oh.
like, oh,
So
but
sad.
why the eye?
I'll just pat him on the face and leave.
Yeah, pat on the face.
He does not seem particularly consoled by the fact that Dorian just socked him in the eye out of the blue. Like all that like mystical talk of like, oh, our leader just gone out the window. His eye is not great actually. But now he's just kind of curled up into a ball on the floor because he socked him in the eye. Doesn't seem to be much of a threat, but if you guys want to keep beating him until he's unconscious, that's fine too.
I think I'm good now.
See, this is, I mean, you're far from good now, but
Well, no, I know that, but still.
Yeah. Shall we get going?
Yeah, let's just go. That was
well, no, you just didn't do it right. It's fine. Should we put him in a barrel?
I think he's been through
we're
enough.
good.
He's gonna get up and walk away.
No, we tied
okay.
him up. He's fine.
He's gonna inchworm away.
That's all right.
Do you wish to, Scammer? Do you wish to find a barrel?
No, but she's gonna like give
Just,
him
like,
another kick in the head non-lethally.
Oh, God. What is happening?
Like it
All
doesn't
right.
hurt to make sure.
All
Well,
right,
it'll
all
hurt
right.
him, but
All right. I would
I was
like
just-
you to make an attack roll with advantage because he's currently prone on the ground and half blind in the eye.
I don't even know what that would look like. I don't think I have an unarmed strike in here.
That would be proficiency plus your strength, I believe. Let me just take a quick look here. Just one moment. That would be So
Well, I
think-
got -1 strength, so the odds are in his favor.
I think
that
it's a
would
feat to
be-
use proficiency. I forget. It's either
Oh,
a
is it?
feat, yeah, either to get proficiency or to get a
I
damage
think you're
die.
right.
well, I think it's a damage die. It's the 1d4 with the damage.
It might
die.
be, yeah. It's like Tavern Brawler or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's just roll damage. Like you're gonna hit him. It's not that hard to kick a dude who's on the ground curled up in a ball.
Well, like physically, it's not that hard.
No, it's not. I mean, if you want to kick him in the head, you may kick him in the head. Just roll.
So with a -1 strength, I guess it's a 3.
Yes, but did you want to roll your sneak attack damage as well?
Oh, God.
Yes,
Oh
All
my
right,
god.
roll your sneak attack damage.
non-lethally.
Yeah, not
So it like halves it.
All right.
Sneak attack. I think at her level is. I think it's 3d6.
I'm gonna whisper it to hear, like, I'm really sorry. Don't tell Mom. I was just trying to knock him out.
I feel like the roles have been reversed. I can't believe you punched him.
I
That's 2 6s and a 1, so
I-
that's an extra 13 damage
What?
on top of that
Okay,
3.
Non-
We
non-lethally.
definitely have to do
So
some.
actually, it's a
yeah.
4d6, so you may roll an additional d6.
Oh, there we go.
look. I just I didn't want her to strangle him to death. You know.
Well, it would have been faster than what I'm doing now. Kick, kick, kick.
I just really feel like we could have just left him there. He's
Yeah,
like
we
tied
Oh,
up.
good.
He's gonna get away.
So,
What?
Scammering, you're kicking him non-lethally. You hear like a squelch noise,
Oh my god.
He's carrying a
Cameron,
tomato.
stop.
Shh, it's fine.
and he's not moving.
Okay, let's go.
Carrying a
You
tomato.
just- I'm gonna go over and cast
No, let's go.
Spare the Dying.
I was about to scare the dying on him.
He's not dying
I think he
yet.
As you cast Spare the Dying, you realize that you were indeed like that close. That squelch noise was not the best noise, but it was non-lethal, so it wasn't like it was gonna like break his neck. But he's down. He's not moving anytime soon. He
Mission
may have a-
accomplished.
He may have a
Let's
severe
go.
concussion, but you know,
Oh, who
cultists-
doesn't?
I mean,
I'm
yeah.
so sorry.
Isolde suddenly feels really guilty for not preparing sleep.
Yes, clearly this is all Isolde's fault.
Okay, can we all please go do a good deed?
Let's
I kind
go.
of feel awful. Let's
yeah,
go.
yeah. I don't. Oh
Well,
man.
I mean, I would feel awful if we did a good deed for this person. So let's go make sure it counts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Don't look back. Don't look back. Let's go.
Isolde will hold
So-
out the bracelet.
Okay, so you hold up the bracelet and you are going forward, right?
Yeah.
As you are going forward, I would like you all to roll one more perception check and just see how this goes, all right?
Mhm.
Don't whimper. You're fine. That's a natural 1.
It's a 25.
I love this stupid game.
Ah, yes. Ah, yes, this game.
There's blood on my boot.
I wonder how it got there.
Ah, this is nice leather. Now I'm mad.
So,
Universal revenge.
So Dorian, I believe with your 25 perception, you hear like a whirring noise, right? Kind of like the noise that like someone would make if they're throwing a knife or whatnot. And
Okay.
what you see is as you guys are kind of moving along, you see a flash of steel and you're able to see it, hear and see it coming, and it goes towards, oh, let me see, I forgot. One second. And it goes towards Isolde. And Isolde, what is your AC?
20.
A 20.
Yeah.
All right. So, one second.
It's so unfair for Isolde to pay the price for a transgression.
Yeah.
The most innocent.
I mean, you know, that's just how it be sometimes. And
Okay.
Isolde, you were able, like, some instinct in you just gets you to duck, and you see a sword just
Whoa.
fly over your head and fly back. And as you
Oh, it
turn
returns.
around, yes, as you
Whoa.
turn around, you see a number of figures in metal stomping towards you, and you see a couple swords floating in the air. I would like everyone to roll initiative, please.
Shit.
Oh,
Golly.
we gotta scoot, kids. I hate heavy armor.
Initiative.
There we go.
Oh, shoot. I didn't do it
Oops,
right
I
with the
needed my
tracker.
token. Whoops.
Yeah, I didn't even remember to do that.
Oh yeah.
Well, we don't really have any tokens at the moment. So
Oh.
let me just take a.
Absolution.
This would be. Let's see. Oof, that's a. Okay.
I hate it when the consequences show up.
I know. It's just. That's just. It just sucks when there's consequences. It really does. I'm so sorry.
I can't have one day without
Mine
consequences.
It's more likely than you think.
To hear you are to hear you have a 17, is that correct?
No, I have a 15.
Oh, 15. Sorry, my bad. Whoops, I took
That's
over. I
okay.
can't. I
Yeah.
can read numbers. I swear, guys. I swear.
Lies.
Sure.
You're right. I don't know how to do numbers. All right. And so that would mean that Scammon, you have the 5,
Mhm.
and Isolde has a 4. And let's roll some other stuff. 1 second, please. All right.
Oh no.
And oh my god, come on, computer. I believe in you.
Nika
Maybe
says
I
hey.
shouldn't.
Where's Nico? Oh.
Oh.
He's such a cutie.
Hmm. He's trying to sleep. I'm just bothering him.
Aww.
I don't have any cats with me.
Wait, if you don't have 2 out of 3 cats and I don't have 2 out of 3 cats, then what are they up to?
They jumped the balcony
Those
after the
motherfuckers.
deer. Sorry, there's deer outside. And they...
Nice.
We're low to the ground.
Low enough to maim, but not to kill.
All right then, everybody. So you guys turn around, and what you see is are 3 walking like clockwork people. It almost looks like, almost encased in a suit of armor. They are each carrying swords and weapons of old, tarnished bronze, it seems like. But above them also floats weapons like the sword that just went for Isolde. And on the initiative list, the swords fly forward, and one of them flies towards Scammon, as it seems as though she had been the closest. And does a 12, Scammon, does a 12 hit you?
I don't believe so.
I do not believe so either. And
It's a 15.
The second one also rolls towards Dorian. A 13 hit you. Dorian?
Oh, sorry. No, that does not.
All right then. So Dorian, you just expertly dodged or parried, however you wish to describe it. This flying sword at you. In front of you, as you turn around, you notice 3 of these, animated construct people, metal things that look like heavy suits of walking armor, and like the swords kind of whirl back around. What do you do?
Huh. Well, in that case, I might do. Sorry, I'm checking what I have.
Don't heal them.
There are multiple coming at us.
There are 3 of them coming at you.
I could burn this.
As a reaction, I will allow you to roll a knowledge check, just to see like what you might know about these, but that will use up your reaction.
Yeah. I could cast. Oh wait, I can cast this. Hold on one moment. I should have actually looked over my spells when I prepared them. Yeah. So I'm gonna I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame
Okay.
On
Whoops.
one of them,
All right.
it should be they have to succeed on a dex saving throw.
Okay. A dexterity saving throw.
I mean, they're
Sure.
probably dexterous, but you know.
All right. So let me. What's the DC that they need to beat?
15.
Ooh, they do make
Ooh.
the save.
Well, I
But
looked
so-
cool.
It did look pretty swag. You may roll a d20 for how cool it looked.
Okay.
It was
14.
pretty cool. It was super cool. Like, it was almost like you did it for the aesthetic. So now it looks as though you're setting up a really epic fight scene in the middle of this time-stopped city. And that's not
Nice.
that bad, all things considered. Do you have any bonus actions or movements that you would like to make?
I think I'm I think I'm good where I am. I might move closer to the squishiest member of the party, which I don't know who that would be. I'll just get closer to Tahir. Just
All
you
right,
know,
then.
in case, just in case.
All right, so Tahir, Dorian is moving closer to you, and it is now your turn. You see that these walking suits of armor are menacingly slow walking towards you.
Don't like that very much at all.
And to be fair, they look really cool. Like the fire from the sacred flame is like doing this awesome backlighting effect. It's really cool. But also
Man.
they're walking towards you with what
It
seems to
looks-
be
It would
malicious
just look
intent.
so much cooler if they would be walking away instead of toward.
You know what they
How-
say? Cool guys don't look at explosions, you know.
Yes.
Sorry, remind me how many there are?
There are 3 of them walking towards you in this alleyway, and there are also these flying swords that seem to be like just kind of whirling above them.
Okay.
So you're fighting 5 enemies total.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Bane on the 3 constructs. And they have to
All 3
make
of them. All
yeah.
right.
charisma saving throw.
Charisma. Ooh. Oh. What's the DC?
It is a 15.
Yeah. This will be a hilarious attempt. But I think that one of them has gotten a -1. The other one got a -3. And the other one got a 3. So all of them have been struck by Bane. Now, is there anything that I will need to know as to how this affects them?
Whenever they make an attack roll or a saving throw, you have to roll a d4 and subtract that from the roll.
Okay, -1d4 from their attack roll or damage roll?
Attack roll or saving throw.
Okay, perfect. Is there any other sort of movement or other bonus actions that you can do?
Nope, I'll just stay right where I am.
Sounds good. So these armors walk menacingly towards the group, and Scammon, the 3 of them are collectively going to attack you.
Oh god.
Like I said, I hate it when the consequences show up.
Yeah, I know. Like, why can't we just live without consequences, right?
Right?
It's just the worst, really.
I didn't even
honestly.
take anything from them as far as I know.
All right, so one of them grabs like its shield and tries to slam you with it, and it will try to hit you. Does an 11 hit?
It does not.
And it tries to do it again. Does a 15 strike you?
Just, yes.
Wait, but
Mm-hmm. You got baned.
it got Bane, so it's actually
my
a
gosh.
13.
Oh my
So
gosh.
it was about to hit you, but then it sort of slips a little bit.
Yeah, I love you so much.
The second one tries to attack you. So does a 21 strike you?
It does. Can I use Uncanny Dodge
Absolutely, you may use
for whatever that damage is?
You may. So it does 4
Ow.
damage,
Okay.
and then it tries to attack you again. And that's a 9.
Boo, I should have used it for that one.
So the other one tries to shove you to the ground.
Rude.
I know it is extremely rude. It is terrible. It is ungentlemanly, as they may say. And this one also does. Oh my gosh. Oh, come on, computer. Please do not do this to me. I need this right now.
Go Musashi's computer. Go Musashi's computer.
Destroy
Keep me
all the
safe.
stats. And it does a shove. There's a 6, and I would like you to roll a strength and athletics checks to contest that.
Oh ma. Strength and athletics.
Yes.
Checks,
Strength
not
athletics.
saves.
Yes. Because so it's a strength athletics check from the creature doing a shove, and I believe you also may have to make a strength athletics check to oppose that. And if you are beat the 16, you will stay on your feet. And it looks as though you do not beat the 16. And Scammern, you are on the ground. It is, however, your turn now that you are on the ground.
Freeze frame. Yep, that's me. I bet you're wondering how I got into this mess. Okay. Can I bonus action disengage while I'm prone? Can I roll? Or like, I don't know, yoga myself between their legs or something?
Sure, why not? Why not? So that will take up your action, or your bonus
Okay.
action, because you have the cunning action. So yes, you may do that. And
Okay.
So you can disengage as your bonus action.
If I can even get like 5 feet away from them.
Yeah, you should be able to. So you can disengage, you move, you do your use your movement to get away, and then you still have your action left over.
Excellent. I want to shoot them with arrows.
Absolutely. Please roll an attack roll.
I guess the person who did the most damage to me is the one I want to aim them for. Boop. That's a 20.
All right, you hit. Please roll damage for me.
That's 3 piercing. Are they engaged? Is that one engaged with anyone else? Because I just realized I should have aimed for somebody that was engaged with someone else.
Well, they were engaged with you because all 3 of them attacked you, and then you got away. So,
but
yet.
They're not parallel to anybody else.
No, unfortunately not.
Bummer. Okay, and I guess I'll use my move speed to keep backing about 10, 15 feet or so away from them. Am I still on the side of them with everybody else, or did I?
Yes,
okay.
you are.
Yeah. If I can get just behind the group.
Absolutely, you may do so. And as you hear this, you hear the sound of wailing and screaming, like that ghastly wailing coming in from you at the other side, but you don't see anything quite yet. Guys,
I think we should run. Like, there's something bad coming from the other direction. I think they're trying to box us in. Like, I can feel it. It doesn't feel good. We need to go.
Isolde, it is your turn now.
Does Isolde hear that too? Sorry.
Oh, everyone hears it.
Okay.
No, everyone hears it, that wailing,
it's that loud.
Screeching.
Ooh.
From behind you. So the armor's in front of you, the screeching is behind you. You guys are kind of in one of those like alleyways, I'm assuming. So
we are kind of boxed in here.
Maybe. You never know. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry too hard about it. Everything's going great.
As a bonus action, I will make the expression on my shield change. Normally it's just like a flat affect stylized depiction of a lizard folk face. But then it gets like frowny eyes, and yeah,
okay.
That's my bonus action. For my action, the 3 that attacked Scam, are they relatively close to each other?
Yeah, they're relatively close. So like they were kind of like all next to Scammern like backed out, but they haven't moved against it.
So I'd like to cast Snowball Storm at 3rd level.
One
one level higher than it is.
All right.
So I'll choose a point that will. Yeah, they do dexterity saving throws.
Dexterity saving throw. All right.
Yeah, it's a 10-foot diameter sphere. So if I can get all of them, that would be cool.
So what's your save DC?
14.
14? Okay, yeah, no, you're able to hit all of them because they all bunched up together as they all tried to attack Scammon. So they all fail their saves.
Cool. So it's going to be 46 cold.
All right, please roll.
15.
15.
Ooh.
Boom, boom, boom. So you see them getting buffeted by like this like frigid air, and everyone just feels that blast of just cold. Does it have any other effects besides the damage?
No, that's it. Oh, for the component, Isolde pulls like a small white rock out of her pouch and like scratches away at it. And then the snowballs burst from that point that she chose and hits everyone in it.
All right, and you actually, you said it was a 20-foot radius. You said
10 foot diameter, 5-foot radius.
5-foot radius. Okay, so
Yeah.
it will not affect the flying swords. However,
Okay.
you do hear very, very, very loud screaming. Doesn't seem to be getting closer yet, but maybe it will. Who knows? Maybe you guys can stick around and find out, or maybe not. As it is the beginning of the second turn, these swords, they see like it seems to be almost like gravitating towards like the sheer magic, cold, frigid power that you had just pulled out, and both the swords like go for you, Isolde. So give me just 1 second, please.
Yep.
And you have. All right. Okay. So the first one, does a 21 hit you?
Yeah.
The second one rolled a 6, so I'm assuming only one of them has hit you.
Yeah, just a 21 so far.
All right. And this does. You get 4. It kind of bites into your skin or hide or however you wish to describe it,
Okay.
and you get 4 slashing damage upon you, and it kind of swirls back to the other side, so kind of where like the whales are coming from.
Do they appear to be acting autonomously, or are they controlled by someone? Can I tell?
As a reaction, I would like you to roll an Arcana check.
Sure. So 24.
24. It seems as though that they are moving autonomously. It seems as though like they seem to be following like I guess like a sort of like a pattern. I guess it's almost like it was given like a set of like conditions on who to attack or whatnot.
Okay.
It seems to be going. It seems to have gone to you because you had just whipped up some magical energies. What you could guess, but it doesn't seem like someone's like psychic telekinetically controlling it or anything. You don't believe that it would behave that way.
Awesome.
All right. So those 2 swords attack you. Dorian, you are right by to here, I believe, and you see these the 3 pieces of armor seem to be covered in frost, and they're kind of. It seems like to have cracked the metal quite a bit, actually, but they still seem to be active. But it is your turn.
Okay. So in that case, sorry, my voice is going out.
all right?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm gonna do a scorching ray
All right.
on the armor.
Okay.
Technically I create 3 rays of fire and I can hurl them at targets within range. So technically I could get all of them,
You
right?
can. Yes, it'll be 1 ray per target, I believe.
Yeah,
or
range
however you
spell
wanna
attack for
allocate it.
each ray, yeah.
All right. Please roll your spell attack roll then if it's a ranged spell attack.
Okay, let me see if I. Oh, that was not a good one. That was a 12. Yeah, I got
Okay.
2 1s and a 12. 2 natural 1s and a 12.
Yikes.
I burned that spell slot. Literally.
So, would you like to also roll another d20 to see how cool it looks?
Sure. Yeah. Maybe I was going for the. I got an 11, so I'm in the middle of the road everywhere.
So it looks as though it seems as though you like all that like that like the ice effect that was kind of like frosting on the
Oh,
metal of
no.
the armor, it kind of melted away. So like that cool ice effect, it kind of got rid of that. But it did, like, the fire spell itself was cool, but they just kind of went off angle. It just sort of melted the ice a little bit. It kind of warmed them up again. It wasn't the same as the Sacred Flame, which kind of had that cool backlight effect. So
Yeah.
unfortunately, the aesthetic, not bad, just not your best.
Yeah.
So do you have any other movements and or bonus actions or anything like that?
I think I'm good where I am.
Sounds good. All right, Tahir, it is your turn. Dorian has melted the ice off the off these pieces of armor. The aesthetic,
Sorry.
not quite as good anymore. The lighting is not as phenomenal, but it is your turn, Tahir. How do you handle this? Your brother has done many things.
It's
And-
okay. You can try again next time.
Aww.
Okay, and we're all hearing the wailing sounds.
Oh yeah, that's coming from behind you.
Coming from behind. Okay, I'm gonna back up about 30 feet, and then I'm gonna use Eyes of the Grave.
And what does Eyes of the Grave do?
I can sense the presence of the undead. I'll know their location within 60 feet.
So right at the periphery of your Eyes of the Grave, you are able to kind of notice a lot of undead gathering into one spot, and oddly enough, it seems to it seems as though there's a lot of undead converging onto one spot and then disappearing. Like one by one, like as if they're either just blinking out or just like sometimes just like disintegrating almost. It's a little bit weird. If you would like to roll a knowledge on how that goes, you can propose a knowledge skill that might be relevant, and you might be able to figure out what the heck is going on.
I'm dumb as bricks, but maybe Arcana?
Sure, you may roll a knowledge Arcana with your reaction to this
A
to
10.
this sense. A 10. It seems like something is eating it. It's like it's like being gobbled up.
Okay, so they're not moving towards us. They're just appearing in this one location.
So it's like they're moving towards it, like they're it's like they're heading towards this this point that, and like suddenly disappearing, right? Like it's like as if it's like disappearing into like a black hole or something. It's all going there and then suddenly it's just gone.
Okay.
And you're presuming that maybe they're getting sucked in, or maybe they're getting like devoured. Is the boat? It's what it feels like, or they're falling into something. That's the sense that you're getting, but it does feel kind of weird.
About how far away is this happening?
Like about 60 feet, like right about at the periphery of your Eyes of the Grave radius.
Okay. Well, everyone, there's a weird undead gobbling black hole about 60 feet back. I don't know how we feel about that. Just letting everyone know.
Not good. Not good.
And that, I think, yeah, that's my turn. I can't do
Right.
anything
The
else.
armor advances more, closer and closer. So it looks like a lot of you guys were kind of retreating back. They start heading towards, one of them starts heading towards you, Dorian. The other one and tries to slam its shield into you.
Okay, let's live that dream.
And as it does so, it tries to shove you to the ground.
Rude.
I know, it's just utterly
A lot of
rude.
that going around. Didn't
Yeah,
we
it's
have a ring that can knock people prone?
Oh yeah, wait, I have that, don't I?
Yeah, they fucking like it.
Yeah, no, that didn't.
You
get
do
me.
have that. You do have that. Yeah. So this thing tries to like push, and then you stand your ground. You're fine. The other one comes towards you, Isolde, but I'm assuming that does it pass by anybody? No, it does not. Isolde does a 15 hit you? Oh wait, minus 1d4.
Ooh.
It gets 11. Isolde does an 11 hit you?
No.
No. And the third one tries to go for Tahir. Tahir.
Can it's reached me? I moved like 30
Yes.
feet back. Oh,
It has. But that means it does provoke attacks of opportunity from each of your other compatriots. So please make attacks of opportunity if you would like. So starting with you, Dorian.
Oh, no, we don't. Yeah, I'm gonna do I'm gonna slap it and
You're gonna slap it like with your hand?
no, I was gonna hold on, no, wait, that's different. My
He's like,
belt.
Look, somatic components are confusing.
Yeah, no, that's a 15-foot cone situation. That might actually hurt people that I want to help.
It might.
I might. Sorry, y'all.
You're good. I'm just bothering this kitten.
I might use the ram if that's okay. Can I use the ring of the ram for this?
You may do whatever you may wish to do. Let me.
I think the ring of the ram has a thing where it's like, it's an attack +7.
So it has 3 charges, and you may make an attack roll with a +7 bonus. And for each charge you spend, you deal 2d10 force damage and push it 5 feet away.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get it so it's pushed away from to here.
How far? How many charges? You try to push it 5 feet away, 10 feet away, or 15
just
feet away?
just 5 feet away. I'm just gonna little push.
Absolutely.
Because obviously they can run pretty fast, so it's not like it.
Please roll your attack roll.
Let's see if it does it. 16.
A 16. Which one were you? Yeah, okay,
the one that was going at here.
Going at to here. So as you billow up this this energy, you feel the power welling up in this ring, and do you like punch it at this thing, or?
Yeah, so like I think I'm actually gonna like punch it as it comes by.
Woo!
So
please roll 2d10 damage.
Woo!
Force damage.
Get it.
You deal 16 damage. Please describe how this thing gets obliterated by a ram.
Okay. So as I turn and punch, I'm gonna have it has like a spectral ram's head that appears when you use the ring. So like the ram's head kind of like appears around my arm almost. And as if it's okay if I use a little bit of liberties, as I punch the armor and it crumples to the ground, you hear a very faint noise. If I may be allowed. Yes, just very faint, if that's okay.
Did you bleed him up?
Yes. That's if I may.
You absolutely may add a ba at the end of it. And would you like to roll a d20 to see how well the ba echoes throughout the alleyway?
Sure. 18.
It's a pretty good ba.
Yeah.
All right. Next.
That's for Gom.
Not bad.
So it was going for Tahir originally, but there was another one that everyone else had also applied an attack of opportunity. So Scameron, I believe you can get an attack of opportunity on one of these as well.
Yes.
There's 2 more of these armors left.
Well, that's a 14.
As a 14, unfortunately, it was not high enough. And then I believe it's Zold that has the other attack of opportunity. Is that correct?
Yeah, so these are both on the way to attack to here. Was that right?
Yes. Well,
Wait.
one of them was
Is it prone now?
Well, one of them got complete. Yeah, it was prone and just knocked over. The other one got wait a second. Shoot, I got it mixed up in my head. One of them got obliterated by the ram. Another one was coming towards the back as well, seemingly in the direction of Tahir, and that was the one that you had missed, Cameron.
Okay, but it was not prone.
No, it was not prone.
Okay.
So does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Is your attack of opportunity?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll shoot a ray of frost at one of them.
Please do.
It's a d20 plus 6. I don't know if there's a. Oh, that's not hitting.
Oh.
7 total.
7 total. Would you like to roll a d20 to see
Sure.
how cool it makes things?
I hope it's just as bad, just to keep the theme. It's not.
Yes!
So I missed, but it looks cool.
The coolest.
It is the coolest mist ray of frost that you had ever cast in your life. Like it's like the ray of frost just glances past its like head, and then like as it hits the wall, it creates this intricate arcane pattern and these like snowflakey geometric design. It looks
That's really
pretty
nice.
baller.
I love that.
It is fly as heck, but you missed. But you feel good about the artistry behind it. It's
Yeah,
like,
Isolde
maybe I
would,
should
for
keep that in
sure.
mind. Oh yeah, no, totally. If you would like to, every time you hit something with a ray of frost from here on out, because of that aesthetic design and how memorable it was, you may add that as flavor to your
Totally,
next
yeah.
attack.
Thinking
But
I will.
unfortunately, it is now. Oh, the armors have already made their move.
Mhm.
Scammon, it is your turn now.
Yep. So the one I missed, how far is it from me?
Not super far. It is kind of between you and Isolde at the moment.
Okay. So with my star sign,
Mhm.
it's the warg. So what that means is basically the knock prone ability. What I'm reading here is can use bonus action to attempt to knock an enemy of their size or smaller prone. How big is the armor?
The armor is about a human size, so yes, I would say that you can knock this prone. Does it need to make a save or anything like that?
I'm not super sure. But
All right.
I'm not sure that Matt was sure because after it is just in all caps. What is this? Question mark.
That's good stuff.
Okay.
Peering behind the veil.
Peering behind the veil, I will say that this will be like a shove.
That makes sense.
So I would like you to. What is? Jeez, what is this? Let me think for a moment. So the powers that be also do not know, and I will simply say that I will just give it I'll just have it roll. Do you have any?
I'm like frantically Googling this.
No worries.
Because it wouldn't be strength, right? It'd be like.
So I would say that the creature has to make a strength saving throw.
Yeah.
Because it's trying to avoid being falling prone. However, the DC, I would have to say, it will probably be 8 plus your proficiency plus. Let's say it is a DC of. Would you be okay with if I say that it's a DC of 12?
I guess this is kind of like an iffy one because like when I read through it, it's like, can use bonus action to attempt to knock an enemy of their size or smaller prone. When I'm playing Thomas and he does his Chimera stuff with the shape changing thing, obviously it's different because he's only affecting himself, but it's just, it happens. So I'm like, I have no idea what would even be involved in this.
Here's what I'll say. I will say this because it is an attack, and it is something that is inherent towards you itself.
But she also has -1 strength, so that's also very fair.
I will say that because it is channeling your essence and who you are and how you would attack, I will allow you to make a dexterity attack roll against it, and it will have to make a strength athletics check to oppose that. So you may roll 1d20 plus proficiency plus dexterity, and
Okay.
it will make a strength athletics check. And if you roll higher than it, then you will be able to knock it prone. I think that's a fair way of doing it.
Yeah. Okay. So 1d20. Ah,
Wait,
that's an
plus your dexterity
Plus-
and your proficiency.
6 is like a 12, which is funny because that's what we said the DC was.
Wait, only 12?
No, we were talking about making the DC 12
Oh.
and then opted against it. But yeah.
All right, so
Yeah, it's cool.
So let's see, your proficiency is 3. Okay, so 6. That would be a 14. 8 plus 6 is 14.
Yep.
So let's see. 1d20 plus 4.
Oh, it would be 14 instead of 12.
So you knock it down. It
Oh
is
my gosh.
boom. It rolled a 13 on its strength saving throw.
Oh my god.
And it is prone, it is on the ground. You still have your movement and your action.
Yes, now that it's prone, I would like to stab it with my rapier.
You absolutely
Rapier.
may. Your rapier, and you may do so with advantage, as it is a melee attack, as it is prone. Please roll.
It's just a 12 after all that.
Unfortunately, a 12 is not enough.
At least it'll still be prone.
Your rapier kind of clinks against it, but
Yeah. I hate
It's
heavy
good.
armor.
however, I will allow you to roll a d20 for aesthetic.
Oh boy. I mean, I imagine it's not the best aesthetic because, brute strength isn't usually very roguish. So that 5 actually suits very well.
It was not the most aesthetic
No.
stab, but you could do better. We all believe in you.
Yeah.
Isolde,
Well, now it's prone. Congratulations, everybody. Oh, bonus
Yeah,
action
that's great.
disengage.
you already used your bonus action for your start sign.
Oh, I did. Okay. Well, then I guess 5 foot step back since it's prone. Maybe it can't get me.
Yeah, you'd have enough movement left to move 5 feet
Okay.
back. Yeah. Isolde, it is your turn now. Between you and Scammeren is this armor on the ground, and there's also one more that had tried to shove Dorian.
How does it work with prone? Melee attacks have advantage, ranged
Yes.
have disadvantage?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. Okay. Isolde will pull out the Sunblade. Was that what it was called?
Ooh.
Yes,
The
it was
lightsaber?
the Sunblade. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. It's the Sunblade, yes.
And she'll stalk over to the prone armor and hack at it, igniting the sword midway.
Please roll your attack roll.
Would that just be? Oh, I should have programmed that in. D20 plus strength plus proficiency.
Proficiency. Or dexterity, you can use. It is a finessable weapon.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's great. Okay. So 9 plus 2 plus proficiency. What is it? 3. So 14? Yeah.
And then the Sunblade is a +2 weapon,
Oh, nice. So 16.
which does hit.
Nice. Okay.
So you may roll. It is so it's a +2 weapon, and
Yeah.
are you using it one-handed or two-handed?
One-handed, because I have a shield too.
So it will be a 1d8 +2 plus your dexterity.
Tight. D6 you said, right?
D8.
Oh, D8. Cool. 3 plus 2, 5. Plus 6. 7
okay.
total. Plus proficiency too, or no? That's not in damage.
Yeah, so it's just D8 plus your dexterity plus 2.
Yes, 7.
7 damage. Nice. This
Radiant,
one,
I imagine.
it is radiant, and as you pierce it, it's still kind of moving a bit, but you kind of see the blade pierce straight through the metal, and the metal itself around the
Oh.
blade turning kind of molten and slag-ish.
Ooh, cool.
And meanwhile, these swords that are flying in the air, they also swoop down towards you, Isolde, because you've got the shiny magic stuff going on. Plus, and a A 7, does that hit you?
No.
It does not. However, it did swing by, as it is going through, it does swing by Dorian, Tahir, and Scamron. That's kind of swinging through the alleyway. So if you guys would like to make an attack of opportunity, you may do so.
Ooh. On a sentient sword, is that just like parrying it?
Maybe knocking it out of the ground, you know. Call
Well,
it
that's an
terrible
18.
names. 18, that does hit. Please roll damage.
5.
5 damage.
Dealing
So,
piercing damage to a sword.
so you kind of like manage to nick it in the hand, in like the handle and stuff, and you're kind of like, and you're able to get it, and you kind of knock it off its path, and it swerves, and it seems to be a little bit more shaky as it kind of goes through.
Now we've thrown it off its rhythm.
Hey. So the next attack of opportunity will go to so all right, that was 5. 1 second. And I believe Cameron, you're rolling for this as well? Or is it,
I
Oh,
did. I rolled it first, and that was the 5.
okay, right. And then next was Tahir rolling the attack of opportunity with a 12.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, you weren't able to quite get it. I think you could maybe say that maybe because it got like thrown off rhythm, it threw you off rhythm as well.
Sorry.
But Dorian, you are also able to get an attack of opportunity on this as well if you would like.
All right, I'm gonna try to be cool and shoot it with an
Got
arrow.
this.
Okay. Ooh.
Oh.
Please roll damage.
Okay.
That's real cool.
Oh yeah. Well, I got that elven.
It's
Well,
the elf
I was
blood.
raised by goblins, so no, I got that goblin training.
But maybe your
So
elf
versus
eyes.
nurture.
saw
This is your
clearly.
coming of age moment. You're like, wait, am I an elf?
How did this even happen? No. All right, so yeah, 3 piercing damage.
And it does indeed hit. And this first sword does not seem to be doing quite so well. The path was very graceful before, but now it's a little bit shaky in the air. But the second sword swings down, and Dorian tries to attack you. Does a 21 hit? Oh,
You know,
Yep.
I feel like it might. Yeah, it does.
I think it might. And you take 6 slashing damage.
Ooh.
And
Ouch.
Dorian, it is now your turn.
Well, I am offended by that slashing damage. I'm gonna try to do the sacred flame again
Okay.
on this sword that just hit me.
Okay. Is there a save that needs to be rolled?
Yes, a dex saving throw of 15, which I know that they're dexterous, but
All right. Well, let's see. You hit. What do I need to do?
1d8 radiant damage.
Please roll damage.
Okay.
For Sacred Flame,
Well, hold on. That should be more than 1d8
it's
damage.
two.
Hold on.
It's 2d8.
It is
Hold
2d8.
on.
Let me roll another one then.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I was like, hold on, that seemed like a little amount. Okay, 10.
10. This one, you kind of notice the blade start turning red hot and starts to deform. It does not look as though it is moving quite nearly as smoothly. And Tahir, it is now your turn. You see Dorian kind of semi-slag this sword and that would try to attack it, and the other sword got knocked off rhythm by Scamron and is now kind of harassing Isolde. What do you do?
All right. I still have Eyes of the Grave up until the end of my turn. So do I detect that the undead have moved any closer to us?
You notice that the void upon which the undead seem to be disappearing is getting closer to you.
Oh boy.
It is now about 40 feet away.
Okay, we gotta wrap this up probably. So we have a construct on the ground prone that's still
Yes.
one that's
Yes.
up as well?
Yes.
Okay, the one that's up, I'm going to follow suit with my brother and also cast Sacred Flame.
On the sword or the
The
armor?
the armor, the one that's standing.
Okay. In that case, please roll.
It's a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, dexterity saving throw. My bad.
Minus a d4.
It rolled a nat 1.
Nice. 11 radiant damage.
How do you destroy the second of the walking armors? This is the not prone one.
A ball of holy white flame just erupts and melts the armor into a crumpled mess onto the ground next to Dorian.
Ooh.
And it is a hot mess, as some may say. And this there's one of the prone pieces of armor. As it's on the ground, it seems to be pinned by Isolde's like sunblade and is struggling to get up. And it takes a swipe at Isolde, and I believe it will roll at disadvantage. So Isolde an 18. Does that strike you?
Close, but
wait.
no.
Wait. Hold
Oh,
on.
minus
I forgot.
d4, right?
Yes. Oh man, that Bane ability is getting real good. Dude, so does a 16 hit you?
Yeah, no.
It does not. So it seems to try and flail at you. It's pinned by your sword, and it just seems swipes short of your ankles. And that is the end of its turn. Scammering, you see this thing on the ground. It's kind of like flailing as a horrid mess on the floor, pinned down by a bright radiant blade. What do you do?
I'm gonna try to stab it again.
Please do.
Do I get
You
sneak
have-
attack damage because it's engaged with Isolde?
It is prone,
If I
so
hit?
you have it is prone, so you have advantage.
Oh, good. Does a 20 hit?
The 20 does certainly hit. Please roll your damage. Sneak
That's
attack?
9 piercing, and
Mhm.
sneak attack is 46, so that is 12 on top of that. So altogether 22.
You may describe how you finish this thing off.
I pop it like a can opener. Just
And
chunk and straight down.
you just shunk. And Isolde, I believe it is your turn right now.
So
and
we
you
got.
have.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry. You were asking something.
We have the prone one is down just now. We have the standing one and then 2 swords.
So only 2 swords are left because they slagged one of the first of the standing armor.
Mhm.
Scammering, can opener, the other armor. There's 2 swords left right now. But what I want to bring to your attention is what you have left with the Eyes of the Grave.
That's to hear.
Towards the end of your turn, right? Or to hear, is it?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
my.
Oh, that's. Oh my god, I am so sorry.
It's okay.
You're good.
I am so sorry. Oh my lord. But either way, Isolde, since you are the one that was furthest back, as you know, the swords were attacking and everyone else was able to do it, I would like you to make a perception check.
For sure. Here we go. Not bad. 17.
A 17. You're not exactly sure how anyone could have missed this earlier. Perhaps it was the fact that you guys were fighting flying swords and walking armor and the like. But about 30 feet away from you, you start hearing. At first, you're not sure if it sounded like clockwork or if it sounded like, slithering, or if it sounded like nothing at all. It just seemed like a very conflicting set of sounds and sensations in your ear. But as you turn, you see a gigantic, huge, monstrous, betentacled, clockwork monster, and you just see as it sort of looms past one of the building and crushes it under one of its limbs. it just seems to open a great bronze maw, open its jaws almost, and you hear this giant like inhale, and you just sort of hear the screams disappear into this thing, and this great bronze monstrosity seems to like inhale all of these sounds and this whirlwinds of just what seems to be like ephemeral lights, and then it closes and there's an eerie silence. As it does so, you notice actually a figure sitting on what seems to be a flying broom swoop down, landing right next to you, and says, "We got to get going. We got to get going now."
Isolde will frantically nod and look toward the rest of the party.
And as you do so, you notice that this gnome seems to match the image of the person that you had seen in your vision. She seems to pull out a quick scroll and just says, "Look, that thing is going to kill us all, and we need to get going. I can explain everything if you just trust me. Will you guys trust me? Because I don't want to fight that thing. Not yet, anyways."
Yeah, that sounds reasonable. Yeah,
Okay.
Yes.
It's like, all right. And then she opens up this scroll, and you notice that it glows with a bright light, and there is a flash. And I think we'll take a break for today.
Oh boy, we're not in trouble at all.
And we are live for part 2 of the third part of the Engines of Time. And conveniently enough, our little gnome friend pulled out a scroll, said, "Follow me if you want to live," without the Terminator voice. Unfortunately, wouldn't fit a 3-foot gnome. And you guys see a blink of light, and it takes a bit of a moment for your eyes to adjust a little bit, but you find yourselves a little bit in what seems to be a dim library with just very few candles. Now, how many of you guys have dark vision? Do all of you have dark vision?
I think in the Shimmering Seas, only dwarves have dark vision, unless you have like a spell or something for it.
Right.
Yeah.
Got it. Or unless you're from live in Aberrac.
Or sorry, from
Yeah.
Aberrac. Sorry, my
Yeah,
bad.
yeah.
We're trying to get rid of the
dwarves in
racial
Aberrac.
modifiers.
No. Well, I mean, there are a lot of dwarves in Aberrac, to be fair. But you'll notice that it takes a little bit for your eyes to adjust, and you hear, the gnome's voice go, "1 second," and you hear, and you see candles are lit. It seems like you guys are finding yourselves in a very dark kind of what seems to be a library underground, but
Oh.
it does seems a little out of place. And around, it seems to be just some tables, some books, and there is at least a set of chairs. And you guys find that there's a table with chairs, and the gnome seems to invite you guys to take a seat. And she says, she just says, "Look, I understand you guys are probably very confused right now. We don't have a lot of time, but please take a seat, and I can answer anything that you have right now because we only have a couple hours left."
What was that thing? That
Oh,
big undead construct swallowing up undead.
yeah. That will take some time to explain. Oh, by the way, name. So sorry. Jessery. My name is Jessery. It's nice to meet you. It's nice to meet you, Dorian. Nice to meet you, Scammer. Nice to meet you, Zol. Nice to meet you, to here as well. Sorry. And then she just sort of pauses and goes, "Oh my god, I'm sorry, I did that again. Could you please introduce yourselves?"
You seem
we
to
need
have
to?
it taken care of. Like, how did that happen?
I have a bad habit of seeing the future and having and knowing things before I'm supposed to know them. So do you just mind just introducing yourselves just so we can avoid that time issue? I apologize so badly.
Isolde will say Isolde and put her hand up, and I assume the bracelet will jump up toward her, point up toward her.
Yes, and she nods and she says, "Well, would you want to just introduce everybody else just so we can get this little snag out of the way? I'm so sorry about that."
Right, I'm Tahir.
Hello, Tahir.
Dorian.
Hi, I'm Scam.
Hi, Jessery Seldom. Nice to meet you. Anyways, yes, that thing. It is one of the constructs that guards what we call the Engine of Time. Take a seat. We'll try to explain what is happening. And then basically she's going to turn to you, Isolde, and be like, "Isolde, I have a question. Do you know much about divination? You seem to be a particularly wizardly type."
My expertise is in evocation.
I see. Actually, Isolde, I would like you to roll a Knowledge Arcana.
Okay. Mod 20.
All right, so mod 20. So basically, what you know about divination is that divination kind of comes in two forms, at least as far as you're aware. You're not a specialist in that field, but basically, there are people who, divine over distances, right? Like, they're trying to scry and see what someone else is over there is doing, but they also try to fortune tell. One is looking across, space. The other is looking across time at the very least. And what your what you're kind of putting together is that it make like if this is a like some sort of magic, huge, powerful machine of time, it kind of starts clicking in your head that it would make sense that someone who is a like a talent skilled diviner would probably have an interest in this sort of thing. And generally speaking, you kind of start putting together some like stereotypes of, divination, uh, students of divination and the like. But basically, it's kind of starting to piece together in your head that, this is something that seems to affect time, and divination seems to be the school of magic most traditionally inclined towards having that be a thing.
Okay.
And if you want to explain that to the others, that's fine. That's up to you. But
I think she will actually explain it back to Jessery. Is that right? You look backward and forward in time, and that thing is out of time somehow.
That's a good enough. That's actually a fairly good enough answer, considering that you kind of got thrown into this. Basically, what's going on is in divination, when one looks at the future, there are different ways of reading fortunes. Some practitioners use cards, others use bones or the entrails of creatures, anthropomancy. Others also use the stars and the like, or sometimes tea leaves. These are different ways of trying to read the flow of time to see what is coming up. And one of the things that people often get mistaken about is that time, even though it is possible to tell the future, that doesn't mean the future can't change. If you think of it like a landscape, you can figure out where where rivers will naturally gravitate towards if you know the landscape. But anyone can dig a ditch or build a dam or redirect the flow of water, in this case or the other. If you can imagine that people's lives are like these rivers, your choices would be like you digging ditches or building walls and trying to redirect water, right? Whenever you make these choices. What has happened is that there is an ancient machine of unknown origin, although we do have some speculation, that was created by what seems to be a couple of extraordinary power. And for some reason, they had, a long time ago, before the planes had merged, built a grand machine that, for some reason, they were trying to control time itself, as in control destiny, as in the metaphor with the rivers and the mountain, completely reshape the landscape. And it seems to coincide with how the heavens align, the alignment of stars, the alignments of the heavenly bodies and the like seem to be a very good indicator for when this machine seems to manifest on the world. And unfortunately, it looks like a madman has learned of its existence and is trying to use this machine to do something crazy. I think she kind of pauses a moment. Seems as though she's kind of staring off into the distances. Trying to kill everybody. He has a leader of a death cult, and unfortunately, it seems as though, from what I could gather, what my master could gather, this thing requires the lives of mortals to power it. Mortals make choices. Our beings make choices, and that is the power of all our choices throughout our lives. The life energy, I guess, is the best way to explain it, is what powers this machine that will change time. and the like. And it seems as though this leader, he goes by the Reverie, is trying to unlock this machine, try and pull something from the future, some concept from the future to now. If that makes any sense? Does that make sense?
No,
I mean, yeah,
barely.
it just sucks.
Yeah, it does suck because we're all gonna die if we don't fix it.
We spoke to one of the cultists, and they said they also needed your eyes.
Yeah, about that. And she basically kind of points to her, like face and stuff and says, one of the components that is needed is the lives of people, and everyone in this city is entirely like some of them have already been devoured already.
Oh no.
And the other thing is that the machine needs someone who can see the future to unlock the seal. It is only possible for someone who understands divination to figure out the right moves in order and navigate the futures in order to get to the heart of the machine and unleash its power. Unfortunately, that person right now at this point in time is me.
Well, so why don't we just blow it up? Like, you don't need to know anything about a machine if you're just going to blow it up, right?
We tried that earlier, and then the bells started ringing.
Is that bad?
Yeah, because it just made it go faster.
Oh, I hate that.
And then she kind of how like the sky was kind of going a little bit crazy.
Yeah.
That was one of the backup plans we had to try and destroy the thing, and it just seemed to feed it more energy.
It sounds like it's like when you're trying to pick a lock and like you keep missing the gears and they keep like sliding away and activating more and more of the death protocol.
That is actually the best example I could think of. Yeah, no, that's exactly what. Yeah, no, that's exactly what it is. So yeah, no, it seems that if we try to damage the machine itself, like whoever created
that train has failed.
No, it made it worse actually. So it looks like trying to blow it up doesn't work. It seems to have a lot of fail safes in terms of how to. Honestly, the thing is that the only thing that I can think of is to try and kill the leader of this cult, because what we can do is if we kill him, we can prevent him from trying to bring catastrophe from the distant future to now and mess everything up. And at the very least, if you guys are there to get my back, I can try to get through the machine after he's gone and see if I can seal it away again.
Yeah, like that sounds great. He has it coming and everything. Yeah, no problem.
No, that seems to be the case. As of right now, this whole city is outside of time. So in some ways we have a lot of time, in other ways we don't have a lot of time. I know that's a little bit weird.
So
but
that's kind of been today in general.
Yeah, no, it's not exactly how I would have liked to spend my Monday night, but
Oh, I had a blast. I don't know what you guys were doing with all of your free time.
But yes, that seems to be the case. We need to kill this man. And
is this one of those things where we can go back in time and like kill his grandfather or something so he never exists? Or
you could try that, but that's a little sketchy. But what we can do at the very least is, at least set it back to the way things were without the craziness. If you go back too far, then it's like you might kill his grandpa, but maybe his grandpa met someone that smiled at someone else, that 3 interactions later had something to do with you, and then it can be really
totally
messy. Yeah, but good thought. I thought of that. Thought of it. I don't think it would work. I mean, you could try. I just don't.
I mean, we
think
don't
that-
even know how the machine works, though. It was just an idea.
I think it seems to think. I think it responds to like someone's thoughts because for whatever reason, like it seems to be responding to the cult's thoughts more than anyone else. But I'm thinking that if we get rid of the leader, they'll disband, and maybe then we could try to step in. I feel like the beliefs of all his cronies seem to be making the machine respond to him more.
Oh man, guys, we should have just killed that dude.
Perhaps.
Next time for sure.
Something wrong?
Nothing. I'm having a great time.
Yeah, I've definitely missed Goblin Homecoming.
We can.
We
at
have a
least-
time machine.
Yeah, you do have a time machine. Let's just not abuse the time machine. That's
Oh my
all.
gosh. After all this, we can go back to your village and I can show him and be like, oh my gosh, hi, I'm you guys' great great granddaughter from the future. And I invented a potion that cures every disease. And so you guys have to go to prom together.
That's a great plan.
Right?
Yeah, no,
Arian.
I agree. Yeah, let's go for it.
And you just see Jessery's face just go, oh. Just
But yeah, we'll save the world first. We'll save
Yeah,
the world
yeah, yeah,
first.
yeah,
and
yeah.
then- yeah.
yeah.
And
let's-
then prom.
What is like?
Don't worry about it. It's like a goblin thing, I think.
You've never heard of Gome coming?
And she's just like,
Gom? Any
Gom-
and she's just like, I shouldn't judge. I understand. I
You
get that.
absolutely should not judge.
I'm not judging.
No.
I'm not judging. I
We just
think
killed a lot of suits of armor in that alley, so I think that like,
Killed
we're
one.
totally capable of doing this job
Two.
regardless of our inane ramblings.
Yeah. One thing that I will say though is that that machine, that giant monster, that soul-eating machine, is just one of the receptacles that power the engines.
Ah.
So there are probably at least a couple dozen of those around.
Ew, really?
Oh,
That's no.
not fun.
No.
It's so big. How many could even fit in one city?
It's about at least a dozen, not out right now, but as it eats more people, it can
Oh my god.
expand. Like the guy wants to kill everybody.
Okay, well, we didn't know
Ugh.
that in advance because we only had like a delusional cultist to give us information. So
no.
I feel like now we're getting caught up to speed, but before now there was nothing we could really do.
Right. No, I totally get that. I totally get that. Cultists are freaking crazy. But yeah, no, the guy, like, when he's, like, when I look at that, when I try to, like, at least read the future, at least, like, one that he's trying to put in, it is literally nothing. As in, like, there is nothing. No people, no homecoming, no, none of that. And at the very, like, that's a lot of catastrophes and events that have to happen, between now and when everything's gone. He wants to make that fast forward through all of that and make it now.
So is he trying to like save the world by like preventing all of this stuff from happening when really he's just going to destroy it? Or does he just want to destroy it?
I honestly,
You seem to have a beat on him.
yeah, last time I saw him was a long time ago. He tried to stab me. I stabbed him
Ooh.
instead.
Good, that's
And-
solid.
Nice.
And he only got nuts since then.
You should have stabbed him harder.
I really should have, and I'm so sorry, but I didn't think he'd come
I mean,
back
you have to
after-
apologize to me. I'm just saying, like, for the future.
No, I did, and then he, like, usually the neck is a pretty reliable place,
man.
and it didn't seem to stick.
Well, it sounds like you did everything you could.
I tried, I really did, but it's kind of our rematch in a way. but he's gotten a lot more powerful, and the machine seems to respond to his madness more than anything else. And I don't know what's going on in his head, but it can't be good anyway.
It's alright. Maybe when we fight him, he'll start monologuing.
Oh no, he loves monologuing.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, good.
That's how I stabbed him the first time. I don't know if he learned his lesson, but
Well, don't worry, babe. We got you.
I'm so glad. So, and then so then she just kind of clasps her hands together and says, "So we do have a couple hours left, but what I can do at the very least is this little demi-plane of ours, this little pocket area, will last only for about another hour or so. So what I recommend is you kind of recuperate, catch your breath a little bit, and when we go next time, I can open a doorway out, and we just get this guy."
Nice. Are you going to be able to open a doorway that just like spits us out on top of him, or are we going to have to actually travel?
Oh, it'll be right on top of him.
Oh, good. Okay.
That being said, he might be surrounded by a lot of things and cultists and other crazy monster stuff, but
Well,
we
then
should
he's
be
not very
fine.
good at delegation.
No, not at all. But again, I got the slip on him last time. This time, I think with you guys at my side, we can get the slip on him permanently. Yeah?
Nice.
Totally.
You have my light sword.
In my bow.
No, and my rapier. I don't
take
know.
that. I'll take it. No, I'm just kidding. It's like, all right. Well, take a breather. Take one or two. You can always ask me questions in the meantime. But yeah.
Do you have any lockpicks?
You know, I knew you were gonna say that. And then she pulls a bit of a pocket. It's what happens when you're able to see the future. And then,
Do
Thank
me
you.
next.
I will try not to melt you.
What do I want?
But we all know what you want.
Oh no.
But does she know?
Oh boy, now you're just testing the GM.
Look, we could all die.
Oh, come on. It's gotta be. You gotta know.
I'm gonna lean over real quick and just kind of like, well,
And she just goes, "No, I didn't prepare the ham, but I do at the very least have some booze."
I don't want this.
I'm sorry, and she just drinks it.
It's okay, you tried.
No.
I'll get you some.
I'm insulted.
Look, we're in a
I insulted,
library
I'm
right
scammed.
now.
But you had a lockpick for Scamron?
Yeah, but she's not like, I don't know. She's not like the good fairy or whatever.
Ugh.
You know, I was kind of, to be fair, I was a little bit distracted by the end of everything.
And she did save our lives.
Whatever.
We'll get ham when it's over. We'll get you ham. We'll get Dorian some punch. And we'll get Isolde everything else. And we'll get me everything else that's not edible.
Just don't abuse the machine. That's all I'm asking.
Well, you didn't get me ham, so I can't promise that.
Well, who said I was the one giving you the ham?
See, there could still be ham in your future.
There better be.
Does
Okay.
this demi-plane resemble the place in Isolde's first stream that we opened up on?
Similar in aesthetic, but
Okay.
not quite the same.
It wasn't a library, or was it?
No, so for you, it was still underground, very dark,
Right.
but you seem to be like on the insides of some like huge huge temple with massive pillars. This seems like a very like cozy like basement library sort of.
More like size appropriate, like.
Yeah,
More-
much more
yeah,
size appropriate.
typical.
It's not
Okay.
like the Mines of Moria type of deal that you were in before. But at the
Solid.
same time, though, you do notice that like at least like the walls seem to be somewhat similar.
So like
There's
like
a-
literally the same aesthetic. Sorry.
No,
like
I'm sorry.
similar aesthetic, kind of like it's kind of like how like it's kind of like as if it was like that's like that aesthetics, like how it might have evolved over like a really long time. Like you kind of
Oh,
see
sure.
like how it's changed over time. It's not the same, but it's like more modernized, I
Like
guess. In that
one is
feel.
Baroque, the other is Rococo.
Yeah,
Like, same
exactly.
family.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah, basically like that. And yeah, so it's similar-ish in that sense, but it's not exactly the same. Although you kind of get the sense that that like there is like a weird sort of connection in that way. If you want to ask about that, go ahead. But
Okay. Did I cut you off, Sarah? Sorry.
No,
I
sorry.
totally did.
Nope, it's good.
You were saying?
I don't even remember.
Oh, fuck, sorry.
Like my mom
okay,
always,
fair enough.
like my mom
My
always
bad.
says, if it's important, I'll remember it.
Fair enough. Anyone else want to do anything on their short rest?
Roll some hit dice. Actually, I might as well go ahead and chug one of those regular healing potions that we came across last time.
Yeah, sure.
What
You
is
may
that,
do so.
2d4?
2d4, yes. 2d4 plus, I think. 1 sec. Let me look that up real quick.
I think 2. I want to say it's 2.
Because that thing took a chunk out of me.
It's
2d4
common.
plus 2.
Okay.
Yeah, it's common. 2d4 plus 2.
Okay, so that's 7, and then hit dice, which I'll figure out after the game, I guess. Oh, no, it's easy. Back up to that. Okay. Still kind of hurt, but oh well. I'm sure this is fascinating to people watching the stream.
All right. As you guys pass your rest, catch your breath, express disappointment about the lack of current ham.
That's all I do.
That's all you do.
Yeah, I go straight into a trance state.
Just go straight into a trance.
Is that what you
And-
usually do when Tahir starts rambling about ham?
Exactly. Actually, the more he rambles
Right,
about ham, the
dissociating.
more glazed my eyes become.
Glazed.
Is it
Yes.
like
Ah. Sorry.
I was just gonna say, like, is it like a trance aid where it's like the more ham rambling they have, it's just the deeper
Yep.
the trance goes. Like, I just gotta get away.
Yeah, we've all been there with siblings, right? Or family members. Yeah.
Not about ham, but otherwise, yes.
Yeah, so we all know.
And as your short rest ends, you guys kind of got your stuff together. The door seems to open up at the end, and you see Jessery get her stuff together and says, "All right, let's do it." And next session will be the finale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Ready to beat up some cultists again.
I mean, but you could just spend all day beating up cultists. It's the best.
Yeah, apparently. This time, non-lethal. Or no,
Yes.
non-lethal.
So lethal.
Lethal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Use
lethal.
of deadly force has been authorized.
Oh, yeah. Oh, bless.
All right. So yes, next session we will be embarking upon the finale of the Engines of Time. Will they be able to control the time machine? Who knows?
I hope so. It would kind of suck for the regular campaign if we didn't.
Just be like, oof, well, everyone's dead.
Yeah.
It's all canceled.
It's all a dream.
Oh dear.
Just be like, hey, Matt, so everything's gone.
We broke the world. Help. You know
How
the homebrew world that you lovingly constructed, crafting it from
Yeah.
nothing like a god? Well,
Yeah, so
You have
about
greatness.
about the Shimmering Seas, I think we might need to change all your campaigns now.
we're giving you an opportunity to start fresh.
hey, he always says, like, stuff that happens in one game is going to impact every other game. He's given us
Oh.
too much power.
I don't know what you're talking about. Nothing bad could possibly happen.
Of course not.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, no, I did mean to ask. Was the giant construct that was consuming all of the undead folks similar to the clockwork monster in Scamscream? Okay, good to know.
It was almost like it was exactly the same thing.
Weird.
Huh.
It was almost like the whole butterfly thing also was, a thing.
Oh yeah, Skim's gonna change her cloak of many fashions into something that looks like a much trendier version of what the cultists are wearing. And
Oh, yeah.
also there's like a beautiful like butterfly brooch on it that looks like the butterfly from the dream.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what? We can start next session off, and you can go into all the details, like the embroidery details. It's not just white and
Perfect.
gold, but like you might have a little bit of like darker notes in there, just to really accentuate the brightness and all that.
Yes.
Think on that. Think on that for next time. All right. I think that's it.
Righty.